Alrighty guys, good afternoon everyone. Now for the data storytelling part of our final project. So again, I'm exploring the relationship that a country's investment in education has on their population's income and life expectancy. So first we're going to take a look here at our country's life expectancy. So as we can see here, Spain is near the top, so just under 79 years is their average life expectancy, followed by Greece, Japan, and then surprisingly here at the bottom, here we have Germany and the United States down here bringing up the rear around 75. So this is going to be something we're going to look at moving forward. Taking a quick look at education to see how consistent this is with life expectancy. Again, this is education aid as a percent of overall aid invested. So we have the United States here at 11.2. That's actually on the lower end. We're going to go over here to a city, or I'm sorry, not a city, a country like France. France, 38.9% education aid. And as we can see here, France is just about in the middle, even on the lower end. 76.7 years is their average life expectancy. So looking at that there doesn't seem to be a great correlation between education and life expectancy from those two visuals, but let's keep going. Same thing here. Let's take a look at education aid again, but this time in terms of a chart. So as we can see, France is actually first in terms of percent of aid invested in education, just under 39%, whereas the United States is third last, just around 11. So that is consistent with life expectancy, but for other countries like France, inconsistent so far. So we're going to keep going. Next, we're going to take a look at income. So this is GDP per capita of these countries' citizens. As you can see, Luxembourg is at the top here. If we go back to our map and we find Luxembourg, Luxembourg is actually going to be, let's see, Luxembourg's in here somewhere. You can actually search and find that Luxembourg is, 21.5. So that's kind of in the middle there. So there doesn't seem to be a very strong correlation between income and education aid either. So let's take a further look. So here we're going to dive into three specific countries. France in orange, Japan in red, and the United States in blue. So as you can tell here, we're looking at life expectancy versus income, and there does appear to be, a positive relationship between average income and average life expectancy over time. So from 1970 to the early 2000s, both are increasing. Now, income is definitely increasing at a more rapid pace than life expectancy, but overall they're both positive and upward trending. So we're going to take a look at one more thing, and that's going to be life expectancy versus educational aid. And here's where things really get messy. So again, average income increasing from the 70s up until the present, pretty steadily over time. Just a few dips in there, but pretty positive upward trending, whereas education aid really all over the place and up and down, fluctuates quite a bit, and there doesn't seem to be a strong correlation between the changes and fluctuations in education aid and income, nor with life expectancy and income. So overall, kind of surprisingly, there doesn't seem to be much of a relationship, or at least a strong correlation between a country's life expectancy as well as their income and education aid. So that is going to be the hypothesis here, that there is not a very strong correlation between the three, somewhat surprisingly, but this is the question that we set out to prove, and I feel like I've come to a sufficient answer. So thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something like I did. Thanks.